Hi, this is Danish.
And this is Ian here.
And today we are going to be talking about Burson Audio's Conductor 3X reference. So Burson Audio is an Australian band based out of Melbourne who make really high quality, high-end amps, DAC amps, monoblocks for speakers. So today let's do a deep dive into why this is such an amazing DAC amp.
So let's get started. Alright, so let's talk about build quality. Now the Conductor 3X reference comes in this aluminum enclosure, which I think is really sturdy, but more importantly Burson is using this cool case technology which keeps temperatures at low even when you're using for extended periods of time, which is really clever in my opinion. Also at the front you get to see this little LED screen which gives you a lot of information right from your inputs, outputs, as well as your high gain and the volume controls obviously.
So talking about the controls a little bit in the front, you have a lot of buttons for controlling the inputs, outputs, the settings like high gain, low gain. You can even change the screen angle and this amazing volume knob which is so mesmerizing to use. It's super smooth.
Alright, so let's get under the hood and you have to listen up here because there's a lot going on. So at its core, the Burson Conductor 3X reference is a Class A headphone amplifier, but it also has reference grade DACs and can be used as a preamp as well. So whether you just want to use the DAC, you want to pair it up with your headphone or use it as a preamplifier with your speaker setup, the Conductor 3X reference can do it all.
So the Conductor 3X reference packs dual ESS Saber DAC chips, so it can really decode almost 768 kHz. And talking about the amplification, this Class A amp along with its V6 dual op amps sounds phenomenal. So you can swap the op amps out. Burson makes a lot of op amps for these as well as other products which you can get in the market. And talking about the power from the 6.35 output, it's almost 3.4 watts of power output at 16 ohms and almost double from the 4-pin XLR. So whether you want to drive headphones, I wouldn't recommend IEMs, but headphones, even hard to drive headphones, this can do it all.
Another neat trick from Burson over here is providing this unique power brick which comes. It's not an ordinary power brick, it's Burson's own proprietary max current power supply. And I think that's really important, especially when you have a unit like this with so many moving parts. Having a good proper power line really helps bring out the best and make sure that everything's smooth and running.
Yeah, so I really think it's a great thing to talk about. Overall, I love how it's integrated into this package. And the main reason why I think it's amazing is keeps the noise floor to a minimum. I have personally tried using it with IEMs because with IEMs it definitely you can find out the noise floor. And overall a little harder to drive IEM, I still felt that noise floor wasn't as bad. And with hard to drive headphones which have a higher impedance, you cannot find any noise floor. Overall, a solid power supply along with this device. I love it.
Yeah, and I think even Danish will agree with me that with a lot of DACs you have to go out of your way to get different power supplies to make sure everything is sounding good. But it's really neat that Burson really supplies this in. So you just get everything you need right out of the box, which we love.
So talking about the sound of the Conductor 3X reference, the sound feels really nice, natural because of the Class A amplifier. Definitely, the bass feels really nice, deep. It's got a really nice depth to it. The vocals feel really nice, natural. And the soundstage, is extremely wide open. It feels like the vocalist is in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of the top of the line ESS implementation, a lot of DACs I feel get it a bit wrong, at least for me, where the top end is a little bit too sibilant. I never had that issue with the Burson Conductor 3X reference. Everything just sounded that perfect amount. I think case in point, I was listening to Sting's Shape of My Heart, and there's just a few things in that song, but the way it's laid out I think is just a masterpiece in itself. So there's a guitar, there's a vocalist, there's this little bit of a string section. So things, the way they present themselves, I think Danish is just beautiful, and it'll take you to that next level, but it'll never kind of get overwhelming or fatiguing. So I think that's beautiful, and this does it consistently regardless of what genre of music you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on all of those things. And overall, one more thing which I like about these amps is the easeability of modifying them. Burson really puts it forward. Like lots of brands don't want you to mess around with their product. These guys are like, hey, we are giving you the op amps, mess around with it. They give you products to mess around with. Honestly, like they give you adapters also where you can connect different op amps to it other than theirs. It's cool, definitely. You should definitely mess around with these. They're very easy to modify. I love that.
Yeah, I think on the model here we have the V6 vivid ones, but you can mess around with the classic ones for case of point. So we have 4 op amps over here, but you can do multiple permutations and combinations. So you can have 2 classics, 2 vivid, and that all of those really impact the sound. And if you're an audio enthusiast and really getting into all of these finer things, I think Burson has you covered with the Conductor 3X reference and a range of their products. Alright, so in conclusion, what do we think of the Conductor 3X reference?
So I love the Conductor 3X reference. I love this OLED screen in the front. Very forward thinking where other brands are using LED, OLED, amazing. Sadly, you won't be getting this acrylic screen over here because Burson made it especially for us. I love the cool case on these products, as well as one forward thinking from this brand is the Type-C input at the back, as well as Bluetooth. I love when DACs have Bluetooth. Yeah, it's not the best, but for convenience, it's awesome.
Yeah, so overall, I guess you get this really strong headphone amplifier, reference grade DAC, which it gives you this nice sound to it, and also having this functionality of just using it as a preamp. I really think this ultimately makes it the one DAC and amp you should definitely consider. Alright, so if you want to try out the Conductor 3X reference for yourself, you can head over here to our experience studio in Mumbai or catch us at one of our Headphone Connect events happening across India.
So guys, do let us know in the comment section below what you think about a Conductor 3X reference. Also, do let us know if you would like us to review or talk about any other products. So, that was all for today.
We'll see you guys in the next one.